and welcome back to Swans Talk TV. A bit of a disappointing result, as in yesterday's performance, it does now show that South Wales is blue in the South Wales derby for yesterday's game. You know, there is lots to talk about, including player ratings, and also you know, how the performance went for both teams, and you know what tactics need to be changed, because there's definitely some different tactics that need to be changed, and the performance didn't go too well for us. Well, the performance actually didn't go very good for us at all. You know, we weren't on our form like usually are in previous games against Cardiff. We're just gonna have to take the result as it goes now, because you know that's another defeat, which is very disappointing, and this is home now. So, you know, we're just going to have to take it on the head and just look forward to our next games. So, like I said, before I start the video, subscribe, turn on the post notifications and hit the like button. We are now currently 7 subscribers away from getting that 90 subscribers. So, keep on hitting that like button and subscribing as well. So, enjoy the video as well. So, you know, the game was very good for us. You know, we did start with a 3-4, 1-2 formation. You know, we started with a very strong, 2 strong centre mids, Fulton and Grimes. You know, Fulton did replace Smith. You know, Hurahan did replace Dander. Guehi did replace Guehi. And it was really good to see Guehi back in the squad, because, you know, obviously he's been out due to an injury, a groin injury. So we needed to see him definitely come back in the squad. And he did well indeed. For his first game back. You know, those changes were made. Whittaker then was put on for Lowe, which is understandable because he had a good game against Bournemouth. So you know, we started with good tactics. You know, Jamal's not been on form recently. Neither was he on form when he came on the game. Yeah, he still hasn't scored, so it's very worrying for us. Well, you could say it's worrying, but it's very disappointing in Swansea's, you know, sorry, not in Swansea's, in different points, people's views. You know, people could think he's not a very good player. In my personal opinion, I think he's a good player. He just needs that sort of a confidence boost to try and get him up to, you know, to speed, trying to get him, you know, grasp those chances and trying to, you know, put them in the back of the net. So, you know, we're going to have to see in the next couple of games how well he does perform. But, you know, if he still doesn't perform correctly, then we're going to have to put on different players. And that's how it's going to go for the rest of the season. But Hurahan, like I said, it was an early minute goal. It was an early minute goal from Eden Flint in the 8th minute. You know, it was just a very disappointing performance at the start. You know, we were very slow from the start. We didn't look on form like we usually are. And you know, Eden Flint had the 8th minute goal with the header, which we should have been able to defend better. But you know, we're just gonna have to deal with it. You know, Hurahan had a bit of a challenge later on in the game, and he had to be substituted because I think he had a bit of a hamstring problem. So Smith had to come on in the early seconds. I think it was in the late. I think it was in about the 11th or 12th minute of the game. You know, it was very early on, straight after the goal as well. So you know, it was a very big shock. Smith came on though. He was good. He was doing well. He was very well. You know, the substitutions we did make were good. You know, later the first half, was, you know, just kind of basic. You know, we were open up more as, you know, time went on, and then the second half came, and we just were all over Cardiff. We were just all over them. Our chances were unbelievable. You know, it's the best bit of football I've ever seen in a while from Swansea, and you know, that's the sort of football we'd like to see from them. You know, our back three was class. Our wing backs were amazing. Our centre mids were class. In front of the centre mids was class as well. You know, we were doing really well. Smith was doing amazing, and you know, our front two were doing really well. And you know, it just shows how much we do well as a squad. You know, late on in the game, then Lowe came on for Norton. Then it was a double substitution. Manning came on for Bidwell as well. So, you know, it was very late on in the game, which was understandable as well. Then Dander came on to Fulton later after that. So, you know, there was a couple of good substitutions for us. You know, geez, we were just putting so much pressure on Cardiff, and you know their back three or back four was very good. I think it was a back three or back four. I'm not too sure. But you know they were class when it came to defending shots. I mean, I don't know how many shots we had. They just kept on defending them, and you know really well. You know, in my opinion, we looked more the advanced team. We looked on form. But yeah, it came out as a 1-0 win for Cardiff. You know, Cardiff were, you know, very happy after that game. And, you know, all credit to them, to be honest with you, because they did play the better football in some parts of the game, and we played the better football in some parts of the game as well. So, you know, all credit to them. But we'll go on to the player ratings now. So I've given Woodwin a 7.5 for good blocks and good savings, Although at one stage, you know, he passed the ball straight to the opposition. Bennett was absolutely class with his clearancing, so, you know, he did really well with that. Bidwell, I've given him an 8 for good interceptions and good blocks and good tackles. I've given Guehi here 7.5. I know because obviously he's been, you know, he's come back from injury. So I've given a good 7.5 for good clearances and good blocks. I've given Bennett 8.5 for clearances, like what happened in the game. Good interceptions and good tackles. I've given Norton an 8 for good clearances, good awareness in the game, and good interceptions. I've given Roberts an 8.5 for good throw-ins, as usual. Tackles, awareness, and speed as well. I've given Fulton an 8 for good tackles and interceptions. I've given Grimes an 8 for good ball mastery, keeping the ball, trying to, you know, dribble the ball. He was really good with his dribbling as well, and very good with his interceptions. I've given Smith an 8 as well for good interceptions, good passing, and good speed. I've given Whittaker an 8 for good shots, mostly throughout the game, and good passing as well. And I've given Ayew an 8 for good ball mastery and good dribbling and good speed as well. So I've given most players an 8, purely for the preference of their performance. You know, I'm not going to give the whole squad a very low number, because we played absolutely excellent in the second half. So all credit to them. But, you know, lots to talk about throughout the week, including tomorrow's video, where I'm going to be talking about similarities and differences between two Premier League centre-backs this time. So join me for then. You know, hopefully we can get the 3 points. And yeah, you know, a very disappointing result, but we'll fight back. And you know, like like what we always do. So like I said, have a good restful Sunday, and I shall see you soon, Jack Army. Right, take care, guys.